Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a hair tutorial for you. Basically I figured, you know, with summer starting and the weather turning more hot, if you have long hair like me, then you probably want to put it up instead of having it around you like a very warm furry coat. You get what I mean. So yeah, and if you're anything like me, you want to do that the lazy way, so without 5 million hairpins, hair clips, hair elastics and whatnot. Instead, you're using a stick or a fork. At most, we're gonna add a little hairpin. I'm just trying to make it look visible, but you know, one of those little metal thingies. But basically, this is just, you know, the type of hairdo that you don't really need a lot for, so that's easy. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Also, a little disclaimer, if I look more and more sweaty throughout this video, that's because it's like a gazillion degrees Celsius here. Okay, we're not in the actual center of the earth. It's still hot though, like it's warm, it's really warm, it's really sweaty weather, so yeah, just so you know. But anyway, like with any hairdo, just make sure your hair is combed through before we start. Okay, the way we're gonna do this, or at least the way I'm trying to accomplish this, is I just put my camera on manual focus, because otherwise it recognizes a face, but yeah, like my face is on the front of my face and not on the back, and yeah. So I'm just keeping it like this, so hopefully it will focus on my head instead of focusing anywhere around me. No, my camera, but anyway, the first bun I'm gonna show you is actually a really easy one. It doesn't particularly have a name because I never figured out one, but anyway, I'm going to use a hair fork for it. And a little hair clip. A hair fork, by the way, usually gives a little bit more grip than a hair stick, simply because it has more prongs. Just so you know, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so basically we're gonna start off by pulling the office chair a little bit forward. Anyway, by making a sort of a ponytail, and we're just gonna twist that and then pull it upwards. And then basically we're going to do the same thing as you would with a French twist. Just sort of pull the hair around it. And basically on shorter hair you would have a French twist at this point. By the way, you don't need to have hair this long to do this. If you have shorter hair than me, then the bun on top is just going to be smaller. But it still, you know, still looks nice. But at this point, just grab the hair fork or hair stick. And just stick it through the top here, go all the way down through the twist until you're down there. And always be careful with that part, by the way, because you don't want to pull your own hair out probably. And then whatever hair you have left, just gonna wrap that around the hair fork. And yeah, just keep wrapping it around there. And then for some extra sturdiness, because this is just only wrapped around it, of course. If you want to really wear this throughout the entire day, just put a little hairpin in it and we're done. So yeah, I hope that was entirely in focus. And what I also like about this hairdo is from the top you can still, or like from the front, you can still sort of see like a little bit of hair just poking out from the top of your head, which I think looks quite nice. I don't know, like I prefer it when my hair is why I have bangs, you know, it looks a little bit more interesting from the front as well. But yeah, that's hairdo number 1, really easy. Now, the second bun I'm gonna show you is actually a little bit easier still than the last bun, like we're going from like easy to difficult here. This is actually one I didn't think of myself. This is actually a bun that I learned from a long hair forum on the internet. I don't remember which one, but one forum that I personally like, a long hair forum that is Long Hair Community. And there's also heaps of other people doing tutorials on this specific bun and the next one as well. So, you know, if mine isn't clear enough, you can always look it up from someone else. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to use a hair stick for this one. But you can use a hair fork too if you're more comfortable with that. It's called the Nautilus bun, because it sort of looks like a shell, I think. Once again, we're going to start with, basically a ponytail, sort of. What I like to do with this particular bun is I like to make the ponytail a little bit to the side, or at least I'm just holding my hair, I'm not putting a hair tie in it or anything. Because this bun has a tendency, like I'm pulling it towards the hand, that I'm not going to hold the wrap in a moment. You'll understand when I do it. Because this bun has a tendency to migrate to this side of the head while you're making it, and I do want it to end in the middle and not right here. Also, I'm making it quite low because it's easier to show you that way. But of course, with any bun, you can make it down here, you can make it here, you can make it at the top of your head, at the side, whatever you want. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to start off by just making a wrap and just twisting it like this. Now, if you have shorter hair than me, I'm using my entire hand. I really can't see what I'm filming, it's really annoying. But anyway, yeah, if you have shorter hair than me, then just use 2 or 3 fingers, because you do want the wrap to be tight around the eventual bun and not loose. But you're just going to have to try out how big you need the wrap to be for your hair. But yeah, next part is just making the bun. And you're basically just twisting the hair and making a bun around the base of the little wrap we just made. And just make sure the ends are nicely tucked in there. And then it's time to go into the hoop and just wrap it around the bun. Push it down a little and then we're here. And then it's time to use the hair fork. And just basically stick it through the little hoop. I don't use this hair fork often and it's not very sturdy, I'm noticing. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically it. This is, by the way, a hairdo. If you make it correctly, if it's nice and tight like this one, then you don't even need to use hairpins or anything with it. It's just going to perfectly stay in place on its own. I'm so sweaty. Anyway, so yeah, that's the second hairdo. Now, the final bun is going to be the Hypno bun. And yeah, this is one of those hairdos. I think it was named after the person on Long Hair Community who did it first. But like the last bun, there's like heaps of people who've already done tutorials of this particular bun. So if mine isn't actually clear enough, then, you know, look up someone else's tutorial. But yeah, it's a bun that you gotta get accustomed to. Like, it's an easy bun once you know how to do it. But then it is a very, very sturdy bun, and it's a bun that can just easily last all day. It's really one of my favorite buns to do overall. So yeah, I prefer to use a stick for this particular one, just because it goes, well, the way I do it, it goes really, really tight, and I just, for the life of me, can't actually get a hair fork through it at that point. So a hair stick it is. Now, like I said, this is basically going to start off the same as the other bun, as the last bun. So, I'm not going to explain that all again, just make the hoop. Make the bun. Do make sure to really twist the hair, by the way, when you do this, like this twisting. Because the better you do that, the sturdier the bun is going to get. And do try to not get it too tight, otherwise you won't be able to actually still make the bun. That's, like I said, it's a bun you gotta like get accustomed to. But once you know how to do it properly, it is a really easy one. But yeah, this is also still the same. Okay, but now instead of putting the stick through it like this, we're going to basically grab 2 hoops of the part within the hoop. I hope you could tell what I did just now. And just basically pull that over the wrapping parts. And then we're going to stick a hair stick right through it. I gotta admit, I never get this bun to look the same twice. It always looks slightly different with me. And this definitely isn't the most tidy one I've ever made. But to be fair, I'm pretty much melting here. But yeah, this is just how it looks. It could be tidier, I'm sure. I can't see the back of my head, but I'm just going to assume it could be tidier. But yeah, and that's just it. And this is just one of those... Why do I have a loose piece of hair there? Well, anyway, imagine this, but tidier, basically. But basically, if you shake your head, it's just gonna stay in place. This is a kind of bun that if I'm working as a postman, even if I have a route with like a gazillion flights of stairs, this is going to stay because it's just so sturdy. And that's really, really nice. And also perfect for lazy people like me. Because once the day is over, that's how easy it is to take it back down. You just pull the stick out and that's it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. Like, seriously, I'm sweating. Yeah, basically wearing a bun helps against the heat. Making a bun does not help against the heat. Anyway, I hope this tutorial was useful to you. By the way, if you have questions about buns, you can always ask me questions, but I'm really awful at explaining hair things, so I can't promise you a useful answer, but I'll try my best. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, it would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, I actually mostly do makeup tutorials. You can also subscribe to my channel if you'd like. Other than that, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!